What happens when a Mexican and Argentinian get together in the kitchen? You get a white British person from the north putting the two together and hoping it actually works. Today we'll be mixing up lots of different herbs, spices and vegetables that even a British person from the 17th century would fall over and die. Starting off with one bell pepper, this has to be red, a red onion, and the pineapple that SpongeBob used to live in under the sea. We're going to start off by taking our bell pepper and slicing it and then dicing it into pieces. Cutting around the stem of the bell pepper, this helps so we can subtract the stem and remove the seeds really easily. After you're done doing weird things to the bell pepper, stop that, stop, hey! Right, anyway, what we were doing before was we were slicing our bell pepper in half, and then we're going to cut it and then dice it up into small little pieces. Once done, you want to transfer your bell pepper to a bowl. Which next, we're now going to cut into our pineapple. Now cutting vertically into our pineapple, poor SpongeBob, take off the top of the pineapple and then take off the rinds. You do not want to be eating spiky pineapple while you're eating your tacos, unless you're weird like that. For this salad we're making, we're only going to need 2 slices of pineapple, so put the rest into a bowl or save it for later. You want to chop up your pineapples and cut them into cubes. Once complete, put your pineapple in alongside with the bell pepper. Now, we're going to grab our onion and we're going to cut it in half, peel it, and then slice and dice. Once you're done with your onion, you're going to put it back in the bowl with the pineapple and the bell peppers. Give it a nice shake and ooh, look at all those pretty colours. Now it's time for our chimichurri sauce. You want 60 grams of olive oil, 1 spring onion, half a teaspoon of black pepper, a dash of salt, 1 tablespoon of dried oregano, a lime, and 30 grams of parsley, if I can fit it on the board here. Start by peeling your spring onion and slicing it. Now cut into your parsley. I would advise you cut this pretty thin, unlike what I'm doing here. Now, add your parsley to the spring onions that we have in the bowl. Then, you're going to add your dried oregano, your black pepper, your sea salt, and lastly, some olive oil. And for some sweetness and acidity, squeeze in half a lime. Mix all your ingredients together using a fork or spoon, anything. And that's your very easy and basic chimichurri sauce complete. Now back to our cutting board. We're going to put another cutting board on top of it. That is because we're going to be messing around with fish this time. So put on your gloves because things are about to get sticky. Getting your 2 fillets of fish. This can be any white fish, but I'm using cod. We're going to want to remove the scales from the fish using a knife to carefully take off the scales from the fish. Once you're done descaling the fish, you're going to want to cut your fish into individual slices. Once your fish has all been cut up, you're going to add 1.5 tablespoons of paprika, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of garlic granules, and if you can find this, a singular packet of Tajin. This just adds some sweet spicy Mexican flavor to your fish. Once done, make sure you rub all your seasonings, your spices into the fish. Now onto your hob, you're going to get your saucepan and turn the heat on low. If you put fish on a higher heat, it will stick to the pan and break apart when you move it around. You'll see this a bit later. Put your fish inside of the pan and hear that nice sizzle. Once you've put all your fish into the saucepan, you're going to let this cook to 2 to 3 minutes on one side. Now, as you can see while I use the tongs, the fish has kind of fallen apart. This is because I did this on a higher heat. This is why I mentioned you should do this on a lower heat, so the fish doesn't break apart and you stick in the pan when you're moving it around. Once your fish looks like this, we're pretty much done. Now, it doesn't exactly matter if the fish breaks apart because we're making tacos. But if you want an easier time, then I would do this on a lower heat. Now get your corn tortillas. I'm using 100% corn tortillas, but you can use 50% flour or 50% corn. It's up to you. But unlike flour tortillas, corn tortillas will not blow up your blood sugar to 900,000%. Once you've got all your tortillas set on the table, you're going to start your assembly. Starting our assembly with some of your pineapple, bell pepper, onion, slaw, putting it on top of your tortilla, our sweet, spicy Mexican fish. Now onto our fresh, herby chimichurri sauce. Don't be afraid to use as much chimichurri sauce as you want. It really enhances the flavor of your tacos. And for some more decoration and flavor, sprinkle on some nice feta cheese. Time for your presentation. You're just going to plate everything now. And ta-da! Your chimichurri fish tacos, Mexican fish tacos, wherever you want to call them, are done. And now it's time for a flavor test. Just to show a nice view of these beautiful tacos. Okay, let's bite in.
Could I be falling for you? Is this a fantasy?
Wow, these are delicious. Absolutely love these tacos. It's everything you want out of a taco. They're greasy, they're wet, they have that sweet taste of that pineapple, that fish. Usually when you have tacos, you feel filthy afterwards. But this, you feel a good kind of filth. It's like a healthy kind of filth, because usually when you're eating tacos, they're just junk or they're straight from the takeaway. But these fresh herbs, that chimichurri sauce, it's just superb. It's just spot on. These are absolutely gorgeous, and these won't skyrocket your blood sugar.